Bike Polo.
Bloomington Bike Polo.
Bloomington Hardcourt Bike Polo.
I've been involved with polo at Bloomington since like last August, so a year and 4 or 5 months.
I've played polo for about a year, but I've been at the club for about a year and a half. Nick, my boyfriend, started playing a year and a half ago, and I was way too embarrassed to actually get on a bike and try it, so I sat there quietly and just watched everyone because I knew I'd just embarrass myself.
I lived in the dorms when I was a freshman, and just walking by the tennis courts where they play, I just saw them and they yelled at me to come play, so I did.
So the basic rules of bike polo are don't be a jerk. That is the #1 rule, as the official rules are still being written.
There's 3 people on each team. All 3 people have to be on a bike, have a mallet.
I usually play at 5. Sometimes tournaments have a time limit, 10, 12, 15 minutes.
You can't touch your foot to the ground. That makes you out of play.
Contact is allowed. You're allowed to push people, but it has to be incidental. Like, you can't stick your arm out and push someone into the wall, but you can like shoulder them.
The way you use your mallet kind of affects the kind of play you're doing. Like, you have to take a shot off the end of the mallet. You cannot push a ball into the goal.
There really aren't that many rules. It's kind of just have fun.
So the wheel cover serves a couple of purposes. One, it stops balls. The ball can get hit with a lot of force, and if it hits a spoke dead on, it'll snap the spoke. Brakes are really important in polo because there's a lot of starting and stopping. And for a while, people just played with one brake, which kind of doesn't give you a lot of options. If you have a rear brake, you slide around a lot. If you have just a front brake, you can only stop. So this is like a dual pull brake lever that Nick made.
As bike polo has gotten like more and more popular, like mallets have changed quite a bit. As far as like the poles themselves, originally everyone used like ski poles, but as of late, like there's at least 10 companies I can think of right now that make purpose-made shafts that are for bike polo. And as far as like how heads have changed, like use this white pipe, this ultra high molecular weight polyethylene. It is bigger, so you can like scoop the ball really well, have a lot of control over it, and it lasts like forever.
There are probably 12 people who normally go to pick up, and then there's probably 10 more who show up every once in a while.
Anybody can try. It's mostly about fun, so there's clubs all over the Midwest and the country and world for that matter.
The Midwest is a really good area for tournaments. Indianapolis has the state tournament for Indiana, and they just got courts built, so that's kind of nice.
There's actually one tournament every year, and it's called Ladies Army. It's an all-girls tournament. This year is the 5th one. Last year was in Kentucky, in Lexington. And it's just girls came from all over the world.
You meet a lot of new people at tournaments. It's so widespread now that like you can travel all over the country and go to a tournament every week if you want. It's mostly like which ones you can't afford to go to and travel and whatnot.
Everyone's really friendly. The competition's very serious, and people get mad at each other and stiff arm each other over the wall or like punch each other. But after the game, usually just about everyone's friendly.
3, 2, 1, polo!